Welcome back to Talking Sports. Kip and the Legend having a great time here on this Saturday morning. Hope your winning weekend is underway. We are talking about a lot of different subjects, but we got to pivot to baseball. The America's pastime. Chevrolet, apple pie, mom, all that good stuff.
All that good stuff. It's back, ladies and gentlemen. 161 games to bet on. 161 games to watch.
That's right, yeah. If Major League Baseball was in charge of World War II, the Germans would still be mathematically alive.
They would still be alive.
But anyway.
Except for the Orioles. They're already 10 games out.
Yeah. If you're just new to the show, the Legend is a lifelong Baltimore Orioles fan, and it has been a dry spell for the Birds in Baltimore.
Ooh, wow. I don't even want to talk about it, kid. We have a minor league team. It's ugly. It's ugly. Just 2 games into the season, and we're already 10 games out.
and if that's not bad enough, they're in the division with the Yankees, the Red Sox, the Tampa Bay Rays, who people don't realize were probably the 3rd best team in baseball at the end of last year.
Yep.
They were rolling. And the Toronto Blue Jays, who put up a lot of money and have a phenomenal rookie now, son of a former Major League player, Mr. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who's going to be a 5-tool superstar. So tough division for the O's.
Yeah, it's looking bad. It's looking bad.
Okay, we can't be biased on the show because we're sports journalists. And I'm having kind of a bad hair day. So here, just let me.
What is that? Make the Atlanta Braves great again.
My MABA hat. I don't want any protesters outside. The Braves, who, this is Braves country.
Yeah,
the Braves were the first franchise to ever move into the Southeast. Birmingham's been a good Braves town all these years.
Sure has.
The Braves are getting a little bit undersold. There's a lot of hoopla. The Nationals signed a bunch of guys. The Phillies got Bryce Harper for $300 million.
Wow.
That's pretty good. You can hit 224 and get $330 million. But anyway, Bryce Harper's in Philadelphia. There's some new faces in some new places. Your guy from the Orioles, Manny Machado, went to the Dodgers, got them to the World Series. But of all places, he's landed in San Diego. He's a Padre. What do you think of that?
Well, it's all about the money. We know it, Manny. You took the money. You didn't care about winning. You cared about money. Can't blame you. Kip, I heard an amazing thing.
What's that?
10% of the players make 90% of So in baseball.
It's the truth. It's
wow.
It's the opposite. It's the ultimate capitalistic system. So I guess we'll have some protests outside. A bunch of old broke down catchers going, I demand more.
Let me get 250 right there.
That's right. But Mike Trout just signed the biggest contract in baseball history, $340 million for him. And Ohtani, the Japanese superstar, is also on the Angels. So that's going to be a fun team to watch all year. Ohtani, if you're not familiar, is a guy who can throw 100 miles an hour and hit 500 feet home runs.
Wow.
It's something we haven't seen much of in these parts. So it's going to be fun. The Braves kind of stood pat, but not completely.
Yeah.
They've signed Josh Donaldson, who in 2015 was the American League MVP. Now, he's 34 years old. He's had injury-riddled seasons the last 2 years. But that could be a big piece if he even comes back to 75% of where he was.
Yes.
You put him with Freddie Freeman and Ronald Acuna Jr.,
yes,
who was the NL Rookie of the Year and just a phenomenal talent. The Braves could make some noise.
Yeah, I like Donaldson, and I just feel like this team is a good mix. You got Nick Markakis. It's just a good mix of veterans and young players. The Braves is my surprise team of the year. I feel like they win that division, Kip. I like the Braves, not to get to the World Series, but definitely to get to the playoffs. Get down to Atlanta, see the Braves this year. It's going to be an exciting year in Atlanta, I feel like.
Yeah, SunTrust Park is fantastic. It's in the Marietta area. Braves cranking it up this weekend in Philadelphia, who's their big rival, so we'll see right off the bat how those teams match up. But we're excited about baseball season, and you might not realize, we talk about the sports contest at Birmingham Greyhound Racing all the time. Baseball is a tremendously popular attraction during this long season.
Yeah, the Vegas style parlay contest. You can go out and get down on a couple baseball games, turn your points into cash. It's the biggest draw out at the race course. I didn't know that to this last week. More folks like to bet on the Vegas style parlay come baseball season than any other season.
It's amazing. So anyway, the America's pastime cranking up. We had to give it its due here on the program. When we come back, we'll talk about specifics of this weekend, including the big horse race of the day at Gulfstream Park It's the Florida Derby legend.
Ah.
3 of my top 7 Derby horses are in this race. I'll tell you about it when we come back.